Okay, we're back. We're back again. Another one.
I don't know why you started with like like you
You
saw
know
some
what? I,
kind of
I, I just saw something. I like,
something on your phone.
I
I'm
like,
like, yeah.
I like, what's this one? I just was thinking to myself, what's this? And I just said, I almost wanted to start talking about it. Then I said, we already started recording. So let me just jump into we're back. So, for you guys that heard it, I said,
We all heard it. That's why I mentioned it. It was loud enough.
Okay, so yeah, episode 6. You know what? I imagine whenever, I don't know when that would be. Well, even a couple of weeks, but that's going to be a lot of weeks, and that means that's next year. If we are religious, we'll get to episode 100.
Okay.
Is that not so? If we're religious
Yeah.
and still releasing the same and recording in the same amount of ways, then it's going to be episode 100 next year. That would be mad. That would be a milestone.
Absolutely.
Maybe we should travel to Japan and celebrate.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Let's plan towards it and go for it, and then maybe our fans will just give us some money and just say, guys, go to Japan.
Oh, you know what? I support what you're saying. You're so right. Like any of you wonderful people that want to, sponsor this trip, we would be happy to take it. So
we have to put this positive air out there. Let's just throw it out there. Just let people feel like, you know what?
Yes.
We will now do that recording from Japan. We will record live there.
Yeah.
Have a proper backdrop. Have some, we even we'll do a proper video and post on YouTube as well.
Exactly.
So someone out there listening, we are
telling
you,
or many someones,
or many some. We are telling you can just do it. I won't mind. I won't reject it. Neither would Jola.
No.
All right. So I want to get into the headlines, and because there's some I did not know we would be discussing this now, because obviously it was not on my mind, or I don't think it was on anybody's mind. But once it came out, we're like, we posted about it, and then the trailer came out as well, and I'm like, yo. So let's jump.
Please
Kombat
clarify. Trailer. Yes, thank you.
Now, for me, my friend saw something that I saw. I didn't say it to you. I was going to keep it to the podcast. He saw something that I saw, but I also saw other things too. And he saw the budget. I saw a low-budget movie. I don't know if you saw it.
Really? No, yes. I did not.
I caught let me not say low budget, but I caught not a strong budget, but at least I felt they used it well. When someone will get a low budget, and then you know that they did not have a budget and they just threw things together and just managed and just got to that. And then you can kind of see the crappiness. You're like,
absolutely.
Just like how you watch a TV show, like a TV show, then you watch a movie or something, and you're like, you can tell that this is TV show because they don't have a budget. They have a movie, obviously. I'm repeating myself. So I could see that. I could see that they stretched their budget. They did everything they could. And I'm impressed with from the trailer, I'm impressed with what they did with what the budget they had.
Absolutely. If you didn't mention that it was low budget, although low budget, I suppose, might be relative. I'm not in the business, so I don't know what they classify as low budget. But if you didn't say it, like, I wouldn't have thought that at all. It looks good.
Yeah, it does look good. And that's why I said I could just tell, like, there's some certain things you would see, whether it's some scenery, some things like that you can just tell that even the camera, some of the things that did, and maybe that was intentional, I don't know. But I felt like they put what they needed to put into making the people look good. Like whether it's Sub-Zero, which we'll get into Sub-Zero, whether it's Goro that we just saw for a second.
Yes.
And even to unpack this further, you sent me the clip of
the directors, yes.
The director. And I think that gave me a good amount of insight, because that's...
Yeah, he did that really well.
It's a problem.
Yes, like the thoughts.
It's a problem.
It always looks
I'm not
so
going to
weird,
lie. It always looks different in every
and
Mortal Kombat.
and that's what he said, right? That it always looks, it's so easy for it to look like just weird. And especially, it's already a problem in the game,
In the
right?
game.
Talk less of bringing it to live action type of thing. So you can imagine. So that the end product was not bad, considering it's supposed to be this very circular, sharp, with some metal type of, I don't know what style you want to call it, cap or be hats. What, I don't even know what name to call it. Like it's just odd. So I mean, I think they did pretty well with the end result, considering, you know.
They did well, though. They did
Yeah.
very well. And I have to, that's why I said I really look forward to the movie because I think finally, for the first time, well, I keep going back to, I think Mortal Kombat 1, the movie,
The
was
movie,
still,
yeah.
the movie was still a good movie at its,
Yeah,
for
I
its
mean for
time.
its time. Yeah,
It was really
exactly.
good for its time. They stuck to the story. The characters looked good for their time. Johnny
I won't
Cage
go
did it.
as
Johnny
very good. I
Cage
won't go as far as very good, but
for
not
their
bad.
time, for their
Yes, yes.
time. That's why I
Yeah,
keep saying for
sure.
their time.
Even oh yeah, sure, okay,
You
sure.
can't take no,
Sure.
no, no. Whenever that movie came out, if we can check when it came out, Mortal Kombat
Okay.
1, whenever that
Yeah.
movie came out, it was the whatever CGI, if they even had CGI, was
Yeah.
abysmal. And I'm sure it was not good. It, what was it, 1995? Come on, or
What
something
I'm
like
saying
that.
is it could still have been better even at
It couldn't
1995.
have. Mm-mm. It
Really? You
couldn't have.
don't think it
No.
could have been better? Yeah,
No.
I'm not saying
I
it was
got.
bad. I would say it was amazing or
I
great. It
disagree.
wasn't okay.
Completely disagree. This one, oh, we can even run a poll if we want on Instagram, just for people to speak. That you tell me that that movie for its time, it was that they could
No,
have
I
done.
didn't. No, no, I
No,
didn't say bad. No, no,
if they
no.
couldn't have done better. That's all I'm
Okay, okay,
saying. Because
okay. Sure.
have you sat down to go and watch some of those movies in the 90s
Oh no,
that
no.
have some of those CGI kind of effects or fake things
You,
that don't exist? Have you
you don't even
seen
need to
them?
go that far. It's its counterparts that we are going to even mention when you
Uh,
compare its
exactly.
counterparts. You know, but
Or when you even
yeah.
watch there are some movies I've watched like on Sky and you're watching some of these old movies or even on
Mm.
YouTube. I just catch some glimpses and I see the fight scenes and I'm like, how was I fooled by this? like, like you could hear all the dish, dish, pshaw, dish, dish, and you're like, you're not even touching each other.
Those are like those are their sound effects now. As you said, well, I mean, they
I
didn't
mean,
have better, right?
that's what I'm trying to say. So don't do that too much. Don't make it feel like they could have they did well. It was from then onwards, whatever came after that, that they were just it was just a bombshell. They just bombed, whether a TV series bombed, whatever was there, rubbish. So I've not expected anything great from them, but looking at this
From
movie,
any of them. But yeah,
yeah,
looking
none
at
of
this
them.
one
And
is
being that they
like
are a close relative to DC makes it sad.
they are. What do you mean close relative to DC?
You know, have you not noticed that anytime there's a game that comes out is Mortal Kombat MK versus DC or Capcom versus Marvel?
Oh, that's what you mean. Oh, gotcha.
And DC has always so well that's a, they will have a close relationship with DC because anytime they want to do all their world expansions, it has to do
Hmm.
with is them together, MKDC and all of them, they come together. And anytime Marvel wants to do their own expansions, they go with Capcom and the rest. So
Hmm.
I'm just saying
Sure.
that based on that whole lineage of DC also bombing, and then you now come and add Mortal Kombat bombing, you're like, who would they ask for advice to give us something good? You know,
Marvel.
they can't. Marvel will just take the whole thing from them and put on Disney.
Yeah, right. At this rate, yeah.
Oh, but
But I
yeah.
mean, this
So, what
this
did you
new
think
one
about the
is
trailer?
supposed to be, yeah, this new one is supposed to be the saving grace, I have to say, for all, not just their old one though. I'm saying for all like from video game to movie type of
Everything.
projects. Yeah,
everything.
because a lot of them do not do well at all. Like you have less than a handful that have done okay, you know. So, and that's the sad thing. The only thing that comes to mind is Prince of Persia, and I'm sure there are loads of people out there who don't even think Prince of
Who
Persia
didn't
was
like? I
decent,
think
but I loved
I,
it.
I think Prince of Persia was okay because of the actor as well. I think
Ah,
what's his name?
okay,
Um,
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal did a good job with the movie. He did a
And I
really
also
good
think
job.
they tried to carry the stuff about the prince, the sands of time, the dagger, all that stuff. I think they tried to
Yeah,
do
no,
that as much as they could.
they tried to do
So,
it. So I think one thing we've come to see, which we'll get into Prince of Persia, is that um what's the name movies. Some of these movies that come from video games, if you can give us the video game back in a movie format, I think it's okay. Do you get, as in, I'm trying to say,
like
you don't need to veer off too much.
Pharaoh.
Take
Oh,
just take like that Tomb Raider, like you mentioned before, it was okay
mm.
because it was really close to the video game.
Oh yeah, Tomb Raider, exactly. Yes, and it
Prince
was
of
really close to
Persia
video
was
game.
really
Yeah.
close to the video game, and and that's because the game already tells us a story. So the game is
Mm-hmm.
a movie. Most of the time when we are playing the game, we are so invested in playing the game because it's a movie as we are playing it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now the
Mm-hmm.
problem is that once they take it to the, unlike
Big
how a
screen.
book or anime or something that has too much to compact,
Mm-hmm.
the game, you can really take enough and extract what you can and just make it into a 2 hour movie, and we'll be okay with it, like even if you left out some, because we can fill up the blanks with what we played in the game. So
Yeah.
I think it works well when you do well to take what you need to take, but it's when you now try to overdo or underdo that we're like, I beg, carry yourself and be going. But
I won't say they ever aim to underdo because that would just be crazy.
sometimes they
But
used to
I
do
feel
some
you.
crazy skipping, so that's those skippings are
Well, it's
underdo to
because they
me.
feel like it's too much to pack, but I mean,
And
they
I
don't take the vital parts and somehow they skip some things that they think aren't vital but are like part of the essence. They will skip
yeah,
things like that.
you're right, and I think that based on that, like in the sense that what I'm trying to say, that they don't think was vital, but that's why taking something from a video game, which I think on is this whole topic. But let me not get into that. Let's just finish with Mortal Kombat, then
Okay.
continue. So Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
is coming out in April 16,
Mm-hmm.
HBO Max.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be in theaters as well. That's if we can go watch it. If not,
That's it
we'll
for
be able to
you.
watch it at home because we
Mm-hmm.
pay for it, watch it. I'm going to, if I can't watch it in the cinema, I'm going to pay for it in the house. I'm going to give them my money. I will not, I
You
will
don't
give them
mind
my
for that,
money.
Abby.
I don't mind. I'll give them my money. What I saw, the little
Like it's
Was
enough.
the
Oh,
main guy,
he
number
was.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
For
Yeah.
me,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
trailer, they really did well to focus on him and show us his
Yep.
powers. And I saw that the ice building was done well.
Building was
Like
really cool.
they
Yes.
was really cool. They did it well.
Mm-hmm.
They were able to not, it didn't look fake. That's why I
Yes,
said
it didn't
they
look
did
fake.
well to stretch their budget, because it didn't look fake. It didn't look like just anyhow. It looked good enough how the game makes it look, but
Mm-hmm.
bringing it to reality. And I like what the guy said, and I think he's a good director, whatever his
Mm-hmm.
name is. And I'm going to look for his name, and I'm going to
Yeah.
just keep him in my mind somewhere, so that if I see him doing something else, I'll check
Like
it out
other
just because,
projects.
yeah.
Mm.
And aside from that, one other thing, I love the fact that Liu Kang is not the main guy. Is not
Oh, okay.
someone
Yeah,
that is being focused
you
on.
said
I'm really
so.
happy about that. And why I'm happy
Mm.
about that, because Liu Kang is a story that is played out throughout Mortal Kombat. He's the protagonist. So in
Yes, and that's
everything,
why. Yes, and this director, as you said, he specifically said that they decided to introduce a different, brand new character, this Cole guy, and so he's
and
used to kind of unfold things and tell you some
from
stuff.
your own he's us in the story.
He's
We are
yours, exactly.
exactly, he's us in the
Yeah.
story. So we are, as he's learning, we are learning. And I like that. I like to see Liu Kang and Kung Lao like as side pieces in the story, not main character. And I know they have things to do. Obviously, we didn't
Mm-hmm.
get to see Raiden more, but I think Raiden is a known actor. The person that's acting as Raiden, I think he's known. I didn't really check the cast, but I
Oh, I
could see
didn't check
from his
either. By
face.
his
I could
face, I
see
know,
from
I
his
wasn't
face. I
sure.
think I know him from other things.
Yeah.
Obviously, Scorpion, known top guy. I like the fact that they took a lot of insight from him with some of the things that they needed to do, and I'm going to enjoy the fact that the Bihan and the Shirarayu clan are going to is going to be shown their
Yeah, you're
hatred for
really
each
happy
other.
about that one, Abby. The
Yeah.
names, yeah, you're trying to drop.
Oh yeah, no, no, no. I've always loved the Scorpion versus Sub Zero story throughout everything. Even when I played the game recently, I think I have the last one that came out, the whatever that came out,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Mm-hmm.
story, just that whole hatred between both of them, and also seeing Scorpion as the good guy, because in a lot of times he's been put as the bad guy in the part.
As a bad guy.
And to be
It
honest,
seems
if you really know his story, he's not a bad guy. He was
I
just
don't know his full story. Let me not lie to you. Oh, I can't remember anyway.
oh, oh.
So yeah.
Okay, let me just
In
as my
ages.
as my co-host Jola doesn't know the story, and some of you might not know it.
Mm-hmm.
Scorpion,
I hope you're right
well,
too. This one that you're feeling like, yeah, let me tell you. You now come and give me false gist. Because you are now all
Scorpion.
cocky. You now
You see now, you don't
be
make me doubt
spreading
myself.
lies.
I'm not doubting
Yeah,
myself. I'm not
the
going to.
fact
I'm not
that
going
you're
to spread
doubting
lies.
already.
No, you
The
know
fact
what?
that you're doubting
If
already. You're not sure. Please,
leave me alone, no. Leave me
because you're
alone.
so
Let me.
cocky. You're like, please, Jola
Okay,
doesn't know. Let me tell
okay,
you. And I'm
okay.
like,
Calm down. First, Scorpion, whatever it is, and this Sub Zero's clan. Well, the bad Sub Zero's clan. They
yeah.
don't like Scorpion's clan, and they came and they killed his whole clan. And when they cleared his whole clan, I think they even killed his family and all of that. And I think in some versions they killed him as well. So he went to the out, you don't really, some of them don't die, they go to the outworlds, whatever it is, how
Mm.
you can pass. So he went there and then, or went over to the underworld or whatever it is.
The other
And
realms,
then
one other realm,
whatever the
whatever.
realms and whatever, whichever
Mm-hmm.
one. And then from there, he was able to, gain, try and, because of bent on revenge, he was able to
Mm.
get his powers and get some powers and come back in revenge. That's why he's always had the skeleton whole thing, because it's
Oh
like an
yeah,
undead
right,
guy that is
right,
coming seeking revenge on the
right.
whole clan. So
Mm.
but I think he did a deal with Shao, no, not Shao Kahn, Shang
Shang Kang.
Tsung.
Sean, you
Shao,
made me
not
scatter
Shao
everything.
Kahn,
I
Shang
know not
Tsung,
Shao Kahn. Sure, no,
Shang
that's
Tsung,
not right. You're
Shangtuzen.
scattering my head.
Sanctuzen. Is that what you want me to call him? I used to call him
Please
that when I
go
was
away.
younger because it's a
Whatever.
TSUNG or something like that. So I used to say Sanctuzen.
TSUNG. It's Shan Song.
That's
That's
what I
what it
said,
is.
Shang
That's not what you. Why are you saying it like it's a Chinese name? Is it a Chinese name?
Is it not? It is.
Is it?
Is it? Is it
You know what?
Japanese?
You know what?
I
You
don't,
know what? We don't know. Let's
we
just
don't know.
not.
I know Scorpion is Japanese. Scorpion is Japanese
Well,
heritage and all those things.
his get up even tells you that. Plus, the director mentioned it that
Yes,
that
but
actor
that one
helped
I've
him
known.
and
But I
stuff.
don't
Yeah,
know
okay.
about the rest. And obviously, so I can't, and let me not even go into
But
it. But
they used
anyways,
a Japanese actor. I'm inclined to think Shan
by the
Song.
way,
Mm-hmm.
is it not the same guy they carried over from
The old one,
Mortal
no,
Kombat 1
no,
to
no, no, no,
become?
no.
It's
To
not the same. No,
become
no,
Shan Song
no.
too.
Yeah, are you sure?
No,
Because
I
I
don't
felt
think
like
he
the
was
face
in the
looked the
old one.
same.
No,
Mortal
no.
Kombat 1, no.
Yeah, I don't think he
I have to
was.
go and watch
You'd
that
have to
trailer again.
Google.
No, I have to go and watch that trailer again just to be sure because I know his face very well. So I think if I saw him say finish
Yeah,
him, it would make me remember that he's the one. But anyways,
unless they did, because I don't know, Sha.
I
Let
think
me
they
not
did,
see.
but I might be wrong.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, actually, it seems like they said his first appearance was in 1992. Oh, you know what? No,
Exactly,
no, no,
he's the
no.
one. He's the one. He's the
Okay.
one. The face.
No,
The
no, no,
face
no,
just.
no, no, no. I searched the wrong thing. No, no. You know what?
Oh, don't make
I
me happy
searched the
for no
wrong thing.
reason.
No, my bad, my bad. I searched the wrong thing.
No, let's leave it. Let's find out later. Let's not do it. If
Okay.
you can find it as I'm talking, fine. Well, anyways, so
Yeah,
that's how
yeah.
the whole beef started. So normally, I think based on that relationship or the fact that they were using him in Mortal Kombat 1, I think that's why him and Sub Zero would have been able to fight alongside each other against the good guys. But
Oh.
normally, he hates Sub Zero's clan completely. And he's coming to, because they killed his family, his daughter, everything. So he's coming to clear them out and all that kind of thing so that
Mm,
he can rest. So he's on a revenge mission. So based
mm.
on that, I think that whole rivalry was shown in the trailer, and
Yes, at the beginning
you could see it. Yeah, you could see it
as
because
well.
they came to come and kill him, and then he fights them,
Mm-hmm.
and even later he's the one fighting against Sub Zero and all of that. So yeah, looking forward to it. By the way, sorry, and we're staying
Yeah.
on it a little bit because it's really good.
It's okay.
The fatalities, the brutalities, the everything, the
Yeah.
goriness. That is the Mortal Kombat I've come to love. Just seeing some of those things. The fact when I saw, and I like the Jax that they, not Jax, sorry, Jax is okay. The guy that they use
Um.
as Jax is okay. I know him from other
Okay.
TV shows or stuff like that. I'm not going to stay
Okay.
on him because sometimes he gives me good acting, sometimes he gives me bad acting. So
Bad acting.
I'm not
Hmm.
going to give him too much. Let's just hope that he's not too corny.
Yes.
Jax probably
Agreed.
might be on a
Mm-hmm.
normal day because Jax seems like that kind of corny guy. But
Yeah.
I think it's Kano. They
Okay,
use the
Kano.
good Kano. Why I
Yeah.
say they use the good Kano, because that guy is a comedian normally. He acts a lot of
Oh, is
comedy.
he?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He acts a lot of comedies. So
No
I
wonder
can
the
see,
director said that. That's true.
yeah,
That's true.
he's a comedian
Okay.
normally. So he acts a lot of comedy. So you can see he, and it's not like he's always funny in his comedies. I'm not trying to say he's a funny guy normally, but I feel like
Mm.
he will do well. He's going to do well with the role. And based on the fact that it would just be like that kind of guy that he would say some things and it would just be funny. And I love the part that he was holding a hat and
And he
at
said
the
Kano wins. Yeah.
Kano, he just could tell the humor is going to come. And Kano is normally that kind of guy that talks a lot of crap. So
Mm.
yeah, looking forward to that.
Yeah. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, like you've said, like we've said, we are excited about that one. April
Very,
is
very
not too
excited.
far, so
Not
that's
far at
also
all.
good. Because it would have
Also,
been painful if they give us a trailer and they now said, "Oh, December
you know,
2021." I'm
just
like,
just got this DC thing. Sorry, and why I come back to this because DC is giving us Snyder's Cut in
as well in
as
March
well in
and
March,
in
and next in
March.
April we're getting Mortal Kombat. Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's gonna be a good 2 months. Good 2 months. A lot to unpack. When we watch it,
Yes.
we're going to come to the podcast and we're either going to be abusive or we're going to be
Oh, we are going
praising.
to be happy.
One, one is going to happen. I'll be like, these people just took my. It could be that, or it could be wow, I couldn't believe it. I'm
Yeah.
hoping for the latter, though.
Me too. For both of them, I am. I am. DC needs that win, and so does MK and the video game stuff. So
Mhm,
absolutely.
mhm. Then
Okay.
from the next one for me is Cruella. Emma Stone is Cruella, and Cruella, if people don't know, Cruella is from 101 Dalmatians,
Yeah.
the cartoon back then.
Yeah.
She
Did
was
you
the
ever watch
villain.
that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Watched it a couple of times. So
Okay.
I know Cruella very well.
Mm.
And
Okay.
I also don't like her very well. So,
Well, I mean, what's to like, right? She's the
but
body
but you know what? I like the world has shifted into this phase of giving the
of
bad
what?
guys some light
Oh, some explanations and all that, seeing their own
and
story.
giving
So
their story.
when you say this, I
Yeah,
think first of Maleficent. I don't know if your
Joker,
mind went there. Yeah.
Joker.
Oh, a joke. My mind went straight to something else. Maleficent instead.
Yeah, I know.
Disney.
I thought
And you went
Maleficent.
to
I
Joker.
thought about Joker. There are some other ones as well. I think it started like maybe 4 years ago. I'm not saying they've not been doing it, too, but it
But
felt
more
like it
so.
became more of a thing like 4 years ago. And they give them this
Mm.
kind of, they give them the limelight. They allow us to see how they became twisted, or
Mm.
even whether they were born twisted or they've always been twisted, whatever it is, and give us a little bit of more to even let's feel like we root for them because I can't lie. As I grew older, I started rooting for the bad guy more than I root for the good guy, and I
Can
don't know why.
imagine. I'm
But
looking at
yeah,
you.
I
But
mean, as a
okay.
child, I wanted Tom to win sometimes. I did not like that Jerry always won. That one is a fact. I did not like it. It
I don't know what
felt
to
to
say
me
about
that
that.
Jerry looked for trouble,
So did
and
Tom.
Tom was no, not that Tom did not look for trouble, but Jerry was just that. Jerry was just that annoying rat that
Mm.
to use it to the same because he's a rat or a mouse or whatever he is.
Yeah.
Just that annoying that will come look for your trouble and you still lose at the end of it. I don't know when the switch happened, but I know that when I saw Tom and Jerry when I was younger, I obviously we always used to root for Jerry. But at some point I started thinking, and to use this word, Jerry's a prick. That's how I just that's how my brain just and
Just
I
yeah, no, you know what? Sometimes, yes. Sometimes you
and
would
I
root for Tom.
and I was like, Jerry, and I think it's only once, one episode of Tom and Jerry that I've ever that Tom won. Only one. And I was so happy when I saw that. I was so happy. So yeah,
Oh,
I've always had a little thing for
it's
the
soft
bad guy
spot.
because sometimes the bad guys are the underdogs. They just bully them and they come from a place of love, some of them. And it's not fair what they do to them because they always lose at the end.
So when you even mentioned Tom and Jerry, you just reminded me that do you know that a should I call it kind of live action Tom and Jerry is coming
Yeah,
out as
yeah.
well? Okay, I just remembered it
I
skipped
saw
my mind
that.
before.
I saw that, and
Yeah.
I think it might be good, but I don't know. So I think they were real, right? Real. It was
They
like
were
real,
real
proper,
people,
proper,
real
proper.
life.
Yeah,
Yes. Then
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they
I think I
imposed the
remember.
cartoon of Tom
Yeah,
and Jerry
I think I
into.
saw that. I'm looking forward to it, obviously, as usual.
Mm,
So I'm gonna. It's Tom and Jerry. So yeah, they have
yeah.
my even if I've not I can't remember the last time I watched Tom and Jerry, but if I saw it somewhere, I'll probably just give it a sit down and enjoy it. It's one of those cartoons that you always
That
enjoy.
you
Well, for
can
me,
kind of
yeah,
yeah, no, it's kind of timeless. The old ones, I don't know about the more recent versions.
yeah, those
The
recent
old
ones that
school
are
ones.
they are touching some things I don't understand. But let
Yeah, yeah. I agree with you on that. But okay. The my entry, yeah, I'll start my own headlines. And if anybody has ever seen the Adams Family, they are also coming
Mhm.
out with a live action series. And I know we've mentioned like how many now, but that is the running theme right now. But so
Yep,
there's going
yep.
to be an Adams, I think it will just be called Adams. Adams live action directed by Tim Burton. Nobody is surprised. It's Tim Burton. What? What
Yeah,
did you want to
but
say?
can I feel like Adam's Family haven't they come up with some other things like that live action before? Like I feel like it's not
Oh
even
no, they
a
weren't coming.
series, even series or something. They had something. I feel they had something that wasn't just
They they've had
cartoon.
movies. Yes, no, actually they have had movies. Actually, that was my bad.
They've had
They've had
movies. Yeah.
movies. They've had movies. My bad, my bad. It's actually their movies I know. It's actually I
Okay.
don't think I've seen any Adams Family card. No, I have. Okay, you know what? There have been movies
You're just
before,
eating
so
your
my bad.
words today. My
I
bad.
am.
I don't. I'm my
It's
bad. As
because of
in,
you started it, you know.
let's play my
So
bad. Anytime you say my bad, I'm going to take a drink.
I don't say my bad that often.
No,
Like
it's in this episode because you said it.
fine. But yeah, Tim Burton. We know Tim Burton likes doing all these creepy type things. So he's the
Mhm.
director, and it's going to be coming to Netflix again. Not surprising. And yeah, I think it's supposed to tell the story of the daughter, coming of age, yada yada yada. So we'll see what happens with that. Are you? Were you
Yeah,
yawning just now?
I had a short yawn. Sorry, I had a short
Wow.
yawn. It
We
just
are
it, no
boring him, guys. We are boring him.
no. It's not you. It's me. Don't worry.
Hmm. That popular line. Oh, it's not you, it's me.
Yeah, it's
Right?
definitely me. I don't know. It just
Hmm.
yawn is infectious. You'll be yawning the next 5 minutes. So just get
I'm not
ready.
yawning anything. Don't try and put this
Think
on me,
about it.
Jerry.
Think about it for a second.
Yimu. It's not working.
I don't know how you're able to catch a yawn from a recording. Or I mean, from even
Like from
was
afar,
it
yeah?
that loud? Yeah.
It was. I was going to let it go because I was going to say, "Are you?" And then I said, "You know what? Let me call him out on it."
See, this is my eyeball. Look at what they do to me. It's all good.
Yes.
It's all
Mm.
good. Go on, go on. I'm going to keep my yawns to myself. Let's share them again.
So anyway, to move a bit out of the live
Live.
action bit. So the Russo brothers confirmed for, I guess, those who may have been thinking about it for a while, that Captain America definitely created his own like branch of reality, like alternate timeline kind of thing by going back um, to spend a life with Peggy instead of, just coming right back and starting as they stopped, basically. And I guess
Wait,
that has
wait.
always made sense, but I
It's
guess
no
now it's
okay. He just
confirmed.
confirmed it. Not that they're bringing anything
Confirmed.
for us to watch. No,
No, no,
right?
no. He's just
Okay,
confirming that
great.
that
I
was
don't
the
want to watch
idea.
anything.
No, no, no.
Okay, 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 sure.
I think just this just helps to I think this just helps to tie into all these possible ideas of them mixing worlds together. That is
Yeah, yeah.
possible. So I think that's just all that is doing because we
They
already
just want to
know
open. They
what's
just want to
going on.
open a reality to have more movies and more stuff that they
More
can give us,
movies and more mixtures.
and
Yeah,
just tell us
absolutely.
that this is the alternate reality where Thanos never existed. Oh yay! That's
Oh
good.
dear, I don't think they're going to do that, but
No, I'm not saying
sure.
they'll do that, but I'm just trying to say they can literally slap us and say that's the alternate reality. We should just take it as it is, and we
Yes.
have to take it because obviously my guy had to go back. By the way, did you ever watch that Peggy TV show? I never did.
No, I didn't. I don't even watch Agents of Shield. Talk less of watching her own.
I
No, no, no.
stopped watching Agents of Shield at some point, but I watched it. But yeah, the Peggy show, no, I didn't.
I didn't either. I forgot she had a show until you just asked me. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
I
it's because
forgot.
I even forgot until I just watched. That's why I was hoping that they didn't. When you said, I said I hope they didn't go and do a show to tell us about the alternate thing because I don't want to see it.
No,
So I'm
no, I
happy
don't want to
that
see
they
that
didn't do
either.
it.
There's no need. But to now surprise you, they will just come out.
Oh
Oh, another
no,
spin-off. The Peggy and Captain America show.
no! I'm going to just yawn again.
Oh. But yeah, I think this they're just like I said, trying to open up possibilities. And just to even say, as a side note, WandaVision has been awesome for me, and I've been looking forward
Mm,
to it each week.
awesome to us. Don't
Yeah,
leave me
to us.
out.
Sorry, to us. And because of this alternate thing, because there've been a lot of conspiracies about what's bringing in that other what's his name? What's his name? What's his name? The speedster. What's his name?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Quicksilver. What bringing in
Quicksilver.
the
Yeah.
other Quicksilver might mean if they're trying to cross over X-Men type territory into MCU because they are actually generally in the same kind of, But
Yeah, I mean,
still,
obviously, due to the fact that Marvel and Sony are working together again, so
exactly. So it's possible. And all these things just make it possible. It now depends on if they are going to follow through with that or not. So
can you
yeah,
imagine that these people's lives?
good.
Sorry, I can imagine that this
Yeah.
universe's lives and the way they give us movies is based
Mm.
on if two companies are working together and having a good
Ah,
relationship.
those are the
It's sad.
the big. Is it sad? Yeah,
I'm
not
just
wait.
saying.
You're saying
It's
it's sad. You did say it is scary how Disney has acquired so much stuff, so
no,
much
but
ownership
it's
of
no,
stuff.
no, 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 no.
Yeah,
Even if you say
yeah,
it's scary, how
uh,
no? Because Disney, sorry, were the initial
yeah.
owners of their whole. They created all these characters. Now they sold the characters' rights and everything to Sony and all these other companies that had them. So it's now that Disney is collecting their characters back from or their whole thing back from a lot of people. But
Mm,
obviously, I think Sony still has Spider-Man like for a long time. It's like you're leasing. It's like this kind of lease contracts that they do, like you have them for 20 years, 30 years, whatever it
okay,
is. So
okay.
even that's why Fantastic Four, all those other movies that are all under Sony, even
Mm,
Venom, I think Venom is
Venom, yes.
Sony's as well. So all of those things is Sony that owns. That's why Sony can do it in the game and whatever. And Sony can decide not to put it on Xbox because Sony owns it. So that's why Marvel will
Mm-hmm.
not make money from that because Marvel would have wanted to have Spider-Man definitely on Xbox and on Sony and on PlayStation, but they can't because Sony owns Spider-Man at the moment, the
Mm-hmm.
rights. So I'm just saying that it's not that's fine. And if you feel a little bit of annoyance in my voice, but it's all good. So
let me just tell you, Spider-Man is a good game.
it's a
Carry
good
on.
game. I know. So, but I'm just saying that. So it's scary that basically I think Sony allowed or they had a deal that Spider-Man will come back to with Marvel. And that's why we had Avengers, Spider-Man, and all the Marvel infusion with Spider-Man. And the reason why we were about to lose the next Spider-Man, not this one that came out, the one that is coming out next, was because of the fact that Sony they didn't like the deal again.
Oh, okay.
I think they wanted Spider-Man back or something like that. That's how, or they were done with the deal. So I think Spider-Man was going to be leaving the universe basically. So that means the next movie would have not been or the next. So I think it was even the guy, what's his name, Tom Holland, that he had to even. I think the story goes, or based on some of the things that came out, he intervened. Well, I had to go and speak with Sony, speak with this, and like say how he's try and be passionate about it, and that was how the relationship stuck. And they said, okay, you know what, fine, we'll continue doing it, whatever. I don't know what deals they now struck again on everything, and then everything is back on. That's why we cannot have all the other Spider-Mans coming in to have this kind of Into the Spider-Verse in the next movie and hopefully. Whatever we're having, hopefully.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying that it's crazy, because that's why Deadpool is Marvel. Yeah. But we couldn't have the X-Men characters with Deadpool because they couldn't use.
Okay, you mean the actual X-Men characters?
So they could only use.
They could only use those other ones
that they've not either they recreated or they've not signed to these things. So I'm just trying to say it's funny how we the consumers get messed up based on relationship of of how they call them government.
Did you want to say government?
But relationship,
they might as well be.
They might as well be a government. Thank you, because that's how the kind of power that they have. Because due to the relationship of some countries, they even want that government. It's like, seriously.
I don't know why it's funny that you wanted to call them government.
I was about to call them government because it's like that's not. But no, why I could even call them government? Because the politics is so severe.
So
it's crazy.
It is crazy.
For us, it's like Marvel owns this. They're the ones that created these things, but due to signing something dotted line, you have no right.
Can you imagine? That's a crazy thought, but
imagine, as you have no right, you cannot do anything, and these guys can be. That's why we can look at all the Fantastic Four movies, and we can look at what Marvel has done with their own movies, and we can see the clear difference. And we're like, why is this rubbish? And why is this good? Because it's just a difference. It's not even... And that's why, obviously, Marvel has almost collected everything back from everybody. They brought out their own streaming series and every streaming network, whatever it is. Yeah. And hopefully, I'm just hoping that these governments can work together and put some of this politics aside and just work together. Because if they do, we the consumers,
everybody
get awesome things. We get
everybody
but benefits. It's money.
They will still make money. How much are they raking in already? But they want a bigger piece of the pie.
That is what I'm trying to say. Jola, is not more, is money, not more money. They want most money. They want they want everything that can be milked out of it, and they want it all.
Side note, you just reminded me where you just kept saying it's money, it's money. You reminded me of this guy that does this skits for movies. Like he does a movie pitch meeting. He does pitch meetings on YouTube. And he always says, when he's saying some of these things, he always says, but money. Like when they make all these silly decisions in movies, he's like, oh, but money. And it's so funny. If you've never checked him out before,
I'll check him out. But that's what I had to say about this government, and I'll keep calling them government from now on. Since I've started it here, I'm not going to stop.
Okay. Yeah. My next headline is so I'm a big fan of Stranger Things, right? So one of the
Mhm.
actors in there talks about
Have
how
you
this
watched
next
everything, by
season.
the way? Are you up to
Yep.
date?
Yes, so I said I'm a big fan, so I'm
No,
living
no,
up
I'm
to
a
it.
fan
You
too.
know?
Let me not use the word big fan, but I'm a fan. So I think I've not watched the most recent season, so I need to get
Well,
into
the
that.
most recent to me, I think, I really loved it because they finally showcased more of 11's powers. So which is
But
why I
it
liked
wasn't
it.
that good, right? It wasn't
No,
that
I
good.
loved it. I think it was good. And there was more fight. That's what I'm trying to say. They showcased more of her power. So there was more fighting, more action, which I enjoyed.
Okay, I'll
But
check
yeah,
it
so
out.
he's saying, yeah, you should, man. So he's saying that that this season 4 coming out is supposed to be the darkest one there's been so far. So I'm wondering, they've already been quite creepy and dark about their stories already. Excuse me. So if this
Yeah.
is
So how much darker can it be?
yeah, like wow. I'm sure not everybody fancies Stranger Things because it's as the show is called Stranger Things. It's really strange and weird, kind of gross. But I love the show anyway. I think it's really fun. But yeah, yeah, that kind of wraps up our headlines. So yeah, we're ready to move
Are
into
you
the
rubbing
main
your hands
content.
together?
I you could hear that. Yeah, it was.
Literally. I was like, why is she? You just sounded like someone that is about to dive into something good. Like, oh yeah, let's do this.
That's how I was feeling. I didn't know you'd hear it.
I like, so I catch each other. I caught
That's
my ear and I
funny.
caught your hand rubbing. Okay,
I
that's
know.
good.
You know what? You sound like you were looking out for something I was gonna do. That was too convenient and too like straight. Like you heard it immediately. I was like, oh, I'm going to. This is my time. You know.
Trust me, if I was going to catch you, it's not going to be hand rubbing. I'm going to, I'm
I
going to
don't.
look for.
That sounds
Um,
so scary. Like what?
just know that it's not going to be hand rubbing. If I'm going to cast you, you're going to do something. Maybe
Wow.
you might just fart, and I'll just like, hey,
Oh my
hey, Jala,
god.
Jala, you did that.
Mean. Excuse me.
I'm like, I
What?
heard that. Who was that? Ooh, that smells.
Oh my gosh. Please, 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 please. I know you're the kind of person that will do it. You would be the one to do it, and you'll be like, was that you?
Okay,
Yeah.
oh. Blame me, but don't worry. I'll catch you out, and it's not now. It's all good. Don't think you got away with the hand rubbing and say it's
You've
okay.
said
You got
it
your hand back.
already. There's nothing to get away with. You've said it, right? You've put it out there. So,
All right.
yeah.
So let's okay, guys. This episode, yeah, it's just. I mean, you heard from the beginning. We've been talking about live action things that obviously, if you know what live
Been
action,
adapted.
whatever it is,
Yeah.
adaptation, that's the word.
Mm-hmm.
Is just things that have been taken from either an anime or a game or
Mm-hmm.
story and just brought into a live into a movie kind of thing where it's like they've put a little bit more work. Either brought real people or proper CGI, something that maybe is not so meant to be like that, and gone crazy to make it like as realistic as possible for us to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and going into that, we've noticed a theme, and we've mentioned it before. The theme
Mm-hmm.
is it bombs almost everything.
Sad. Okay.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
true. The thing
Yeah.
is, it
Yeah.
bombs almost every time, and that's
Mm-hmm.
just, and it's sad because there is something about watching a movie or something that you saw as it's just like for us that we read mangas and we watch the anime. Anytime we read a crazy sick fight in a manga, we we actually look forward to watching that again in an
Yes.
anime just to
Yes.
see it. Now, if someone said, let me take it to movie format, for some reason, we feel like it's going to be even sicker because if you take it to movie, like, it's like, whoa. I feel maybe it's the fact that we can connect more to a real person than
Especially you. Mm-hmm.
especially me. So we can connect more to a real person than something that is drawn that we don't think is real. Obviously, we know that
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
somebody would not have superpowers in real life. Well, maybe some
of
do. I
course.
don't know. But
Mhm.
let me know. Let me know.
In an alternate universe.
Let me not take away the people. Maybe there are some people listening to this, they can fly. We are just sitting down.
Oh,
Some
really?
people in
Okay,
Edo
okay.
can do some certain things.
Oh
We don't
my
know.
lord. Okay, okay.
But it's all good. But anyways, I just say that. So for some reason, that just feels the much more sicker. That just feels much to enjoy. Like seeing Transformers until Transformers became rubbish in the movie. The first,
Okay, go
I'm
on.
I'm harsh, aren't I? I'm just
As
harsh.
in, I didn't know
I'm
you were gonna
just
say that. But yeah, carry on,
I
carry
mean,
on, carry on.
Transformers 1 and 2, my
Yeah,
friends and myself were literally holding each other back on the chair and enjoying, that kind of thing that, whoa, we're like, what is
yeah,
this?
yeah.
I
So
think it's
thrilling.
Steven Spielberg, right? If I'm
I'm not even
correct.
sure.
I think it's him and the other guy. I'm not so sure. But like, what's this guy doing? Like, oh my God, this guy did this. See, no, it's not Steven Spielberg, it's the other guy. What's this
Michael
guy
Bay.
doing? Michael Bay. Yes, Michael Bay.
I was thinking Michael Bay, but I wasn't sure because of that filming style that is in there. But I wasn't sure. I
Michael
was
Bay,
gonna.
yes, Michael Bay. So it's like, what's
Yeah.
Michael Bay doing? Like, wow, this guy just knew how to just bring these robots and just seeing them change. Like seeing that
And the
car
sound, I can't
switch
lie, the sound
and that
that's
trek.
sound. What?
Exactly.
We made two very different sounds.
No, you know what? I didn't want to do the sound exactly, and your own sound was some. I don't know what you wanted to go and do, but we
None of
went.
us were good. I'm not
We're
gonna. You
not
said
good.
trek. I said I'm like complete disaster, fail.
You
Like
know what? I'm going to edit that sound and make it sound like the real thing. I'm going to superimpose the real thing and I'll put it there and say that came from my mouth.
like we can make those
I'm not
sounds.
doing that. But yeah, I'm just saying that. So the storyline, Transformer 1, awesome. I loved it. The whole changing, the fights, the
Me
everything was
too.
beautiful. Transformer 2, not as good, but still awesome.
But still,
Again,
yeah.
and I loved it. Then Transformer 3 just felt like I'm watching a long rubbish movie. 4,
Yeah.
the same thing. As in, I started feeling like I don't even know whether there's another one again. I just felt like they just decided to just throw things in our face. It wasn't they were not trying to even be good anymore. They just said, I'm just going to do a whole lot of dumping on you and just take it, just
Just take it
collect.
like that.
Just see this car change to a robot. Yeah,
I
you
think
saw
they
it last time.
just felt like they didn't need to advance, just do the same thing. Same like recipe or whatever. They didn't try to add more water, salt, seasoning. I don't know. They just
Yeah, put
I
curry
don't
chef,
know.
at least time, something. Just make it more spicy. Don't just throw the same thing in my face and say, I'm present. You're giving me, okay, you say, you wake me up, you say, Uforo, I'm going to cook you meals today. I'm like, this week, I'm cooking you meals. You wake me up, you give me eggs with whatever. Then afternoon,
Yeah.
you give me eggs again with whatever. Maybe you just change the juice one time. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. In the evening, you gave me eggs again.
Eggs again.
But then you
You're
gave
like,
me two. You now
guy.
gave me the juice in the morning and juice in the evening, but you put two of them together and now kind of put a different plate and said it's a new thing. I'm like, okay. Then tomorrow, you're not giving me the same repeats. I'm like, okay, we're not moving forward anymore. I'm just
Yeah.
seeing,
Like
you're
eggs
just
everywhere. What's going on?
like what's going on? I'm tired of this. And I think that's it. I started for the fact that Transformers 2 was really long and I didn't feel it. Then I think 3 was now long again. And I started to feel like, why am I here? This movie is so long. 4, the same thing. Why is so long? And I can't say with a certainty that I'll go, if they bring it out in the cinema, I'll be rushing to go and watch it. It's one of those ones that now have entered I'll watch at home. I'm not going to the cinema to
Even
watch
that
it.
so like after they put in Mark Wahlberg, for some reason I just wasn't feeling him being there. Till today, I've not finished watching that whole movie. Like
Can
I've
you
seen
imagine?
bits and pieces because I just
I
kept
don't
thinking,
blame you. I
what
don't
are you
blame you.
doing here
I
as
don't blame
well?
you. I don't blame you at all. I don't.
I don't know. Apparently, I don't know. My brother was saying the fights aren't bad and stuff, but
They
I'm
are
like,
not,
okay, one
but
day I'll
still.
watch the fights and see. Cool, okay, fights, but everything else, Mark Wahlberg and some girl that is his daughter. I'm like, okay,
See,
uh-huh. And
even the
even
thing
you know what?
that
I'm even glad. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm also glad they stopped using the other guy, Shia LaBeouf, or
yeah,
however you pronounce his
that's
name.
not
I'm
his
sorry.
name, but go on.
Is it Shia LaBeouf or is it Shia? What? Oh yeah, pronounce his name for me. Pronounce it.
I'm not going to butcher it. Don't leave me.
Yo, so you just laughed at me, but you didn't know. Are you sure I'm not right?
No, you're not right. It's not Lebo.
What is it?
Just the F is pronounced.
So you're saying they say buff.
Yes.
So why didn't you say it now?
I don't want to just. You're already on the hot seat. You're already on the hot seat. It's fun to see you there. I don't need to come and join
Whatever.
you. Just in case someone is listening and they are laughing at this point. They now would laugh at me
Okay.
to no need now. They've already laughed at me
Shia
enough.
Le Buff, whatever his name is, we know who we're talking about, okay?
Okay.
I'm glad they stopped using him because I think I'd also had enough of that way he acts, that I'm bumbling, I'm talking quickly, I'm agitated. Yeah. Stop. Oh my god. I'm like, yeah, I've had enough.
I
So
get
no
you.
more of you. So yeah, I was also happy they didn't use him anymore. And yeah. Anyway, you know what? If we can handle this is just a side note as well. If we can still be taking all these fast and furious movies they're bringing out, why can't we take Transformers? Because that one is rinse and repeat too.
You
Family
know what?
since beginning.
Oh.
All they give us is fine cars
Oh,
and
oh,
women that
oh.
dance around
They
fine
started
cars.
to, you know what? They took Fast and Furious from what it was and started to do some impossible things that I don't understand anymore.
You know, there's
I
the
mean,
tricks they've done with their cars. Oh my
have you seen
goodness.
the trailer? And I
For
don't
this
even
new
want
one,
to tell
Abby.
you that
I
all of a
know we've
sudden
gone off.
something is catching the car. The car is doing slingshot. I'm like, wait, what
As
is
in,
going on here?
oh
Why?
no.
Even
Oh,
that, I
super
think
powerful car.
I love The Rock. I'm one of those.
So
I
do
love
I.
and I love what's his name, Jason as well, and I love them a lot.
Yes,
But
me too.
that spin-off, Hobbs and Shaw, was
Oh, Hobbs
a
and
fail to
Shaw.
me. It was a fail. I just didn't like it. I was like,
So
what am
it's
I
like Fast
watching?
and Furious. It's not
Is
different.
this yeah, but it's still failure. As in, I'm
Okay.
just saying that you know what? I don't want to get into talking about Fast and
We've
Furious now.
even
Let's just
gone off. We've even gone off. I'm sorry. I just remembered and it's like we just had to go there. That would be another day.
that'll be
The
another
Fast
day.
and
We'll abuse them.
Furious.
We'll abuse them another day.
But we'll abuse them and still carry ourselves and watch the next one.
No, I'm still going to watch it too, and I'll probably
Yeah,
watch
me
it in the
too.
cinema.
I mean, that's the crazy thing. Oh my god, same thing. But we'll carry ourselves there and go and watch the
We'll
movie.
still pay the money. We'll be first in line to go and see that the
As
day that it
in,
comes out. I will be like, whoa, see
oh
the way
my
that car
goodness.
moves. Then we'll come out and say,
As
that was a
in,
rubbish movie.
what the hell was that? Oh my goodness, it's crazy. But yeah,
We're
okay.
proper. We're what they call. I think at this point, I can say a lot of people that because I can tell you that a lot of people do this. Like we don't like it. We look at it. We're saying you guys are now doing rubbish, but we still gonna pay.
Yes,
We
but we
come
still
back and
gotta
go
pay.
abuse you. We enjoy it while we're watching it for a second. Maybe not enjoy it throughout. Then we abuse you
Yeah.
and come out and say, "What did I just watch?" I
What
mean,
did I
all
just watch?
this thing. That's hypocrisy at its
I
best.
see. No, but at least we're even aware and we're admitting
We're
that
okay
we
with
know.
we're okay with being those guys. We'll be those guys.
Oh my
So,
goodness.
so
Yeah.
even to just go to another one now,
Yeah.
let me just start with the first one because we talked about why this episode, and we looked at. I know we've mentioned it before. Some of these things we've mentioned it in the past, and it's
Under
just bringing it
different
back under different,
yes.
just maybe as passing. And now let's just focus on it a little bit. I don't want to talk too much about Avatar and the rest. I'm
Because
not going to talk too much about that
that has
because I feel
different
like
levels.
that has different levels to unpack. But the movie was
Yeah.
rubbish, and
Oh
now
Lord.
there is a theme that I have figured out with most of these
What?
movies. Some,
Mm-hmm.
some, not all. Let me not use the word most. Let's just say a part of them, half. If
Mm-hmm.
I'm being, let me be generous or whatever, flexible and put it at half.
Okay.
This create these things, these stories, these animes, whatever it was created in a culture, in a different culture, like maybe Japanese, maybe
Okay.
Chinese, maybe
Mm-hmm.
something like they created something in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So we, as the people viewing it, don't me like you're waiting for me to make one mistake.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm agreeing that yeah, you're
Okay,
right. Oh
okay,
my
okay,
goodness. Don't be
okay, good,
so
good,
come on,
good, good,
man.
good.
I
So
got you.
I better got me.
All right,
So
go on.
they were created in a certain way. Now we already have a mind of how the character should look like. And I think they fail a lot in their actor choosing, in their character storyline, in how they decide to build us into the protagonist. And I think that's where one of the first disconnects happen with a lot of live
Okay.
action
Adaptation.
releases. Yeah,
Mm.
because they fail in getting us to link up with the
The
main
source
character.
material. Oh, okay. The main
Exactly.
character. Sorry.
The main
Mm-hmm.
character, because they bring somebody like now, sometimes an American company has bought the
Oh.
rights to
Mm-hmm.
show, to create the movie, and they say we're going to make the movie, blah, 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 blah. Imagine just bringing something like Gintama, for example, into movie and we want to make it comedy, funny. Or
Mm-hmm.
I even went far to say Gintama, but I'm just been going curious, just going far, or even saying something like Naruto. Then
Mm-hmm.
Naruto is some American white boy. How? Why?
No,
What
but
is going on?
they've not gone
No,
that far to do to do that
no,
though.
come on. But who was Avatar? Who was the main? No,
Okay,
Avatar.
you know the
Sorry,
problem.
who was sorry,
Okay.
not Avatar. Who was
Yeah.
Dragon Ball? The guy that they used in Dragon
Oh
Ball Z.
Lord, yes.
Who was
Okay,
that
yes.
guy?
I don't
And they
know
do
him,
that a couple of
but he's
times.
too white. Like yes,
Is
yes,
like
absolutely.
this is who Goku should be.
Mm-hmm.
This
And you
who
go
we've
and
already
bring
pictured, and then
some
you bring this guy
English
that,
dub
and
sounding
then
person.
bring the dub guy to the Japanese setting and give us the
Yeah,
whole thing. And I'm
like
like,
what?
are we stupid? Like seriously, I be dumb.
Yeah, no,
You can't just get.
that Dragon Ball Z one is. I mean, it's part of the horrible ones. Horrible,
It's
absolutely
part of
bad,
them. It's part.
woeful. Like, oh gosh, yeah. But I
And
understand what
you can
you're
like,
saying.
and like that happens a lot. Like that happens a lot. Like
Mm,
they will there is, yes, we are people that watch animes, we watch things that are unreal, we play games, that are just people's imagination. But when you
mm.
want to give us a movie, please just be a little bit authentic to the character,
Authenticity, yeah.
just a
I
little
mean,
bit. That goes a long way.
this was what you're saying now is like with Ghost in the Shell, because that was part of the
Same
problem, right?
thing.
Why did Scarlett
That's
play
it.
it, and why not
Why?
an Asian, Japanese,
See,
whatever person? And she was trying to explain that. Well, as why can't she act it as an actor? There's a part. Why can't she also be up for it?
no,
But
because
the
it's
thing is,
just
you're trying to keep it. Sorry. If you're trying to keep it, something, especially something like that has been adapted, you're trying to keep it authentic. It's a bit weird to then, if you want to do that, then come, just make it a separate story that is similar then,
no.
and then
Just
make that one
imagine.
American.
That's it. Create something else. Take us away completely. Go
Yeah, yeah.
like like how like how you have the Office UK version. You don't have the Office American version. Just
American, so
let
people
it just
do it
be
as American version,
everything.
right?
Don't and then let it be some white girl that was some black boy that is not supposed to be in the mix there,
Yeah.
being there, and you're like, okay, imagine. I'm sure maybe some of us have read Simi Goes to School as a child, and imagine Simi goes to school and it's a Chinese guy. Simi goes to school, or or a Chinese lady, and you're like, huh? From where did you enter Nigerian village, and where are you starting from? How did you go to school from
Yeah.
there to there? It doesn't make any sense. So I think that already once you do that, we start with scrutiny. The thing is that once you see, like someone brings food to you and the food is not pleasing
Mm-hmm.
to the eye, the first
Mm-hmm.
thing
Mm-hmm.
you do is to already feel the food will not taste good. So
Yeah.
imagine that is your first idea that
Of
this
course.
will not act well. Oh. This person has already they've already the moment you
You've
just see,
already yes.
sometimes they just they do they and sometimes they build up the reveal to the main character, especially when you don't watch the trailer.
Preview.
So
Yeah.
exactly, you don't want the trailer, and the next thing you're watching, and then the main character just turns around, and next you see
And it's
some guy,
somebody else.
and you're like,
Like why? What?
why? What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. Go back to your country.
I seen. Oh, but no, that sounded
No,
very
no,
wrong. But I
that
get what you
sounds
mean.
wrong, but you get.
I,
I'm sorry if you offended anybody, but that's not. I didn't mean it in that way, but
yeah, I know.
it's that kind of thing that no, don't do this. Don't. And again, I don't fault the actors because some of them they auditioned for the part. They believe
Mm,
that they could do it well, and
do it
you
well.
can't you
I
can't you
get
can't
it.
fault them for maybe even liking. Who knows? She might have liked
I
Ghost in the
get.
Shell. He might have liked
Probably.
Dragon Ball Z as is. So it's such an honor to be called to do those things. And
Mm.
sometimes we say, we hire a lot of people calling for let's say a black James Bond or something like that. And
That
so
one is
you
a
can
different.
I
Okay,
know it's
okay.
different,
That
but
one
some
is
people would
different, though.
feel
Yeah,
I
no,
know it's
people do
different.
feel. People do
I'm just
feel,
saying
but
people do feel that way. I'm not saying
yes,
that
they
it is
do.
not different. I'm just saying people do
Okay,
feel that way
okay,
that no,
okay.
you cannot be this thing because no, okay, what about when me personally I did not agree with it, and I'm going to say it now for
With which
anybody
one?
to when they said
Okay.
they wanted the black Superman, I said
Did
no.
they say they wanted Black Superman?
There was a whole rumor going around that they wanted to bring in Michael B. I like Michael B. Jordan a lot. I think he's a great actor.
Oh,
All of that.
okay.
But after the whole Black Panther, there was a whole rumor
Oh,
going around
right.
that Henry Cavill has left the role as Superman. That's what was going that time, and I think
Mm-hmm.
they've agreed back again, and they're back to being friends. But that time, Henry Cavill was actually having an issue with DC because
Mm.
he went to go and do Mission Impossible
Possible, right,
or
right.
whatever. So he was already because of that shared link of so he was having an issue, was already going
Mm-hmm,
to
mm-hmm.
leave them and all that kind of thing. So there was a whole rumor that now they want to bring in a Michael B. Jordan to become Superman and start the whole thing and do another thing. And to me, I was not a part of it. I did not feel like I wanted it. I didn't want to hear it. It's not like Spider-Man where you have different Spider-Mans. It's not like, Superman. I'm not trying to say they don't have alternative Supermans sometimes. So yeah, anyways, like it's I think like I always said, the character there's a lot of things that they have to get together and the character is wrong. But yeah, so I think I went into talking about Dragon Ball Z. Or we've ended up talking about I think we've talked about what's the name?
Ghost in the
We talked
Shell.
about Ghost of the Shell and some other ones. Though before we go back into Avatar, Prince of Persia worked a little bit with the character, and I don't know whether the way Jake Gyllenhaal also looks, maybe he's not
They
really.
gave him a look. They gave him a look, and because the prince's look is not that,
Yeah, maybe.
I don't
I don't know
know.
what it was, but it just felt
Yes,
better.
it
And I
felt he
think
looked like the Prince of Persia. Actually,
he
it wasn't
did, he
bad.
did, felt better, it
Yeah,
felt better. So
yeah.
what I mean, but Ang was just a failure of a movie. I don't think it
That's
was the
now that's
character.
you know what? It's not even him looking like a white boy. Forget that one. Him even acting like Ang was bad. So forget whether he didn't even look like he's from anywhere. He you know what Ang is like now, happy go lucky. Meanwhile, this guy
Mm,
looked like he wanted to depress everybody in the
it was
entire
depressing. I
his
remember I
face
went
was
to
so gloomy and it was
I
just
remember I
bad.
went to showcase. No, not showcase. Is it called showcase? Show something.
Hmm.
Can't remember. It wasn't when I was in uni. We went to one far cinema because the other cinema was closed. So we took were like £10 or £11 black
Hmm.
cab. So it was expensive to get to that cinema. Then we now went and watched that rubbish.
Absolute rubbish, and they just didn't get things right. They would do like 10 different movements before you pick up one small rock. I'm like, you can't do that. I know maybe they were trying to do the forms that you do sometimes with martial arts, but they did that in the cartoon, or if you want to call it anime, they did that in the cartoon within the animation without having to do 20 or 10 moves before moving one thing. Like you can't. It was just bad. Anyway, horrible, horrible, horrible,
And to
horrible.
even just stay there for a second, Avatar is one of those movies that it shouldn't be so difficult. Why I say
I
it shouldn't be so
know. It's
difficult,
rich.
because they don't need too much stuff. Water, we already have it. Fire, we have it. Rock,
Mm,
we have it. Or earth, we
mm.
have it. And
Earth.
air. What I'm trying to say is that earth, yeah, and then air, we have it. What I'm trying to say is that these are not things that you need to really fully CGI go crazy. These are things that you can just, find a way, work with it, and then come out with something. And I'm not going to give them excuse for their time. I know it came out a long time ago.
It
So I'm
wasn't
not going to
even
give
long
them.
enough for it to be trashed.
Yeah,
It
that's
was
why
not
I'm not
that
going to
long.
give them any
Yeah,
excuse.
yeah. Like it's
Then
not. I don't know. Anyway, like I said, their problem was not simply all this CGI.
yeah,
Even the
everything did not
acting,
just work
everything
together.
was
Everything did not work
ego.
together.
But yes, you were
Then
gonna say something.
I'm even saying, even going into anime itself, just I don't even want to even stay on them long because they just piss me off so much, so
Yeah.
much. Bleach, Attack on Titan, Parasite, Death Note. Death Note is the only one that was slightly okay, and I say
Which one?
okay.
Because there were even two versions. There
Oh, I
was the
don't even know which
Netflix
one.
and more American one, and then there was the Japanese version. And maybe I'm thinking you mean the Japanese version because the Japanese version, from what I saw, they managed to make that guy that owns the Death Note look like if he looked like
Another
a
one. That's
figurine.
another one. That's another one that the American version was just like, really? Though they kept, there wasn't everybody in America in that one. The whole school.
I don't know that it was everybody American, but when something is just.
You know what?
I didn't watch the whole thing. It was
Jola,
just the bits I saw. The bits were
Jola is
enough to tell me.
painful. This is a painful episode. This is a painful episode for me because all these things I cannot say I did not look forward to them. But as disclaimer, I've not watched Attack on Titan. Did not bother the movie. I don't want to spoil what I have with the anime. I don't want to
Oh,
spoil it, so I'm not going to bother. I've not watched Parasite. Don't even want to because that anime was also another good one. Don't want to spoil what I
was a
had
good
with
one.
that
Yes.
either.
Yeah.
Bleach,
Yeah.
I think I did like a few minutes of. I think I probably even watched it in Japanese. I don't think I ever bothered to even try to look at subs because I felt like it's okay. I'll just stay like this and not understand everything that is going on and just be cool
Mm,
that way. And I still got the
yeah.
gist of the rubbish that they tried to sell me.
let me give you one additional news that might make you sad.
I
Abby
know.
sadder. Is that
Mm.
Abby? But let me say
Just
it.
say it. Say it.
Yes. One Piece live action is also coming.
You know what? All I would do for One Piece live action because everybody knows I'm a huge fan of One Piece. You too, you're a huge fan of One Piece. All I would
Mhm.
do is grace them to watch the trailer
The trailer,
and
Abby.
see if they can buy me from that.
Yes.
If they cannot buy me from that, I am not, no matter how it pinches me, no matter how it disturbs me, going to watch
Mm.
the movie because if I cannot see Luffy's hand stretch properly,
That's the biggest problem with trying to do live action for something like One Piece. If it was only Zoro now, he's like a
even
samurai,
Naruto is easier.
swordplay, cool.
Even Naruto is easier.
Mm.
Naruto is
But
easier
One
because
Piece,
One Piece, that
because what?
stretching is
The stretching,
difficult.
and
How
all
do
the
you,
other characters there that have weird things. But yeah, the stretching, how do you make it look decent?
even for the fact that Nami and what's her name, Robin, are
Robin.
not going to look like Nami and Robin, they will look like normal human beings. That's already something that is weird because
Yeah. And that the way they draw them in One Piece is already odd.
it's
It's
different.
okay
It's
because it's anime.
yes, so you cannot just translate that into a normal human being and expect, oh
Yes,
yeah,
they will
everything
look
is great. No,
disfigured
no,
and weird.
it's going to be so weird. Even for a second, let me just go back to Attack on Titan. When I watched the trailer, I saw
Yeah.
that Armin had black hair. Why is Armin having black hair?
Hmm.
Why? Armin is blonde. He has always
Yes.
been blonde. It's not
Yes.
difficult. They know how to paint their hair very well. Just paint it
Yes.
gold.
They know how to paint their hair very well. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's so sad, but plenty live actions are out there. Plenty. plenty. But
Wait, though.
it is what it is. Well,
Street Fighter, the one that this guy did, what's his
oh
name?
God. Who?
Van
There's
Damme.
actually there's only one Street Fighter. Oh God. You know, I was considering whether I should even mention it or not because it hurts me. Yes, the one Van Damme did with Kylie Minogue. Van Damme and Kylie Minogue. Kylie.
As
It's like
Chun
saying you want to
Liu.
put Beyonce inside Street Fighter.
Chun Liu. Chun Li. Do you know what some of my friends call Chun Li?
What?
Thunder thighs.
Oh
Because
yeah.
Chun Li's legs are
Her legs,
massive.
eh?
Those legs, do you know have you not
As
seen
in,
some of these it's even Serena Williams would have been better Chun Li self because her
yeah,
legs will
because of
match.
the physique. Yes. I've never thought that before. yeah. But you know, there was this, yeah, that's only there's a movie, and it's that girl from Smallville that was acting as Lana Lang
I
that
think I
was in
saw
Chun
it.
Li. It
I
is
think
not a good movie.
again, back to the fact that Chun Li, we can find some bodybuilder lady and ask her to be Chun Li. I mean, I'm just trying to say, it's like those legs are very, very important. Not for pervy reasons, not for anything, just for the fact that those legs are super important. There are some people that do all these videos that they break or they destroy watermelons with their legs. They can look for them and just do something. Those legs are very important because.
But to be fair, in some of the older Street Fighter games, the first few ones, her legs were not as big. I think they've grown bigger with each version of Street Fighter that has come out. I feel like old ones, like some or one or whatever. It wasn't always.
I'm not sure
large.
it's not because it's like 2 bits kind of thing that we
have. Okay, well, it's possible. They couldn't make
they couldn't give us a 3D vision of the way that her legs can break a whole nation.
Well, that's very possible. That's very possible, though. Yeah, you're right. I take it back.
Well, yeah, it's been bad. It's been bad a lot, and I'll go to now. We've been on this sad note because it's been very sad. This is a depressing episode. Just put it.
No, I mean not all the way through.
And we started on such a high. Mortal Kombat. Yes. I mean, even though we didn't even abuse Mortal Kombat's failures that much because what they've given us in these last few days has kind of saved them from this abusive line of what we've come here. So I want to take it back to something that might be slightly better. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know. You saw Mulan. You tell me. How's Mulan?
Look, I personally liked it. Though it has some issues, like most things, really. Nothing is perfect. It isn't far from perfect. But I thought it was decent. And maybe I had very low expectations as well, but I thought it wasn't bad. They could have done some things better, like with some of the maybe action and stuff. But I liked it, actually. I liked it. Mm-hmm. I can definitely watch it, again and stuff like that. So
this is why I said let me go to some of the things that might be slightly positive, because I know that you would have come with some good Mulan. I don't have anything to say on Mulan. Saw the trailer, look good. Didn't watch it.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. It's not bad.
So I might watch it at some point. I don't know when. I'm not running to watch it.
I mean, I preferred like Mulan to Aladdin. I'm not really a big fan of Aladdin.
Now I watched that one. For me, it was okay. It wasn't.
It's okay, but it's not.
It wasn't awesome. At least it wasn't disgusting. That's the only thing I can say. It was okay.
But I didn't
It was Aladdin-ish. At least they got the Aladdin character right. They didn't go and choose some weird guy. They chose someone that could fit the bill. No, Aladdin.
Not. Him. You see, I even forgot. Yeah, the guy, Abby. Yes, sure.
At least but you know my problem. Looks similar.
That looks. But you know the worst thing. The guy that is Jafar. You know how Jafar is from the cartoon.
Jafar should be more Jafar.
This
They could
one
have
looked
gotten an.
like some
Do you know what? I have
pretty
Jafar.
boy, and I'm supposed to be scared of this guy. It looked
No.
ridiculous. It looked
Do you know
comical.
there's this guy? I
Jafar
can't remember
is
his name.
who?
Do you know this actor? I think he's Indian, not so sure, but he's in a lot of American movies. I can see his face. I can
As
see
Jafar?
it. He would have been a good Jafar. If I can find this picture, I'll send it to you in the chat. You will check it.
Mm.
That face would have, not that Jafar, I'm not calling Jafar, but that face would fit Jafar. That's all I can say. I'm not going to unpack that. I'm just staying there.
Okay.
Leave it. That's all I'm saying. Before anybody tries to take my words and change it to something else.
Okay. Fair enough. And no, anybody would have been better than the person they chose for Jafar. It does not flow with who Jafar is supposed to be at all.
Speaking about live action, there's this, this TV series, Once Upon a Time. Have you seen it?
Once upon a time. I'm not sure.
It came out.
Upon a time, I'm only thinking of this Chinese movie called Once Upon a Time in
TV
China.
series, Once Upon a Time.
It's like a soap opera.
No, like TV show, like American TV show. It's
Okay.
it might be 7 or 8 years old, if I'm being, and they did a lot of it. I watched maybe 1, 2, 3 seasons, but then I stopped watching it because maybe I just fell out of love. But it was one of those things that I enjoyed it. Why I enjoyed it? Because they took all these things, these stories. I think they might have bought the rights as well, and it's like they told it in a modern day era.
Oh, I just
It was
googled to look at the thumbnail. I
so
never watched it, but I saw it.
Beauty and the Beast,
Stories I
Cinderella, all
heard
of
about
them, Jack and the Beanstalk, whatever. And they did a good job for me. They did a good job because they were able to take a spin on the story and kind of mix everything in together in the sense that you felt like they were being authentic, but at the same time being modern. In this, you couldn't really feel the fakeness from it, from still skin, and you were using good characters to tell the story. Yes, it was very American, obviously, but obviously Cinderella and the rest they like normally like that, so it's not like it was far-fetched. So then it was good. So that's another. This is why I said Disney doesn't do too poorly because I think it's not that difficult for them. Doesn't do
Plus
too
they
poorly.
try to just copy it.
It's a copy and paste situation, so they don't do too poorly.
Yeah, I mean, even like with Lion King, but that obviously that one was more like watching Nat Geo as opposed to like. Anyway, you know what I mean. You've not seen Lion King as well?
No, I'm not seeing it. I'm not watching it. That one I'm not watching.
It's not bad. You can watch it actually. It's like watching Nat Geo. But their problem there, because it looked really beautiful. The way they shot the whole thing was amazing. I'm not going to lie. As in amazing, capital A. The problem there is it is Lion King, and the characters from the animation are supposed to have emotions like on their faces. They are lions, but because it's an animation, they can make their faces animated. Like when you're shocked, you look shocked. But in this one, because they made it look like Nat Geo, like you're actually watching lions, you can't give them realistic expressions, like human expressions, because it doesn't work. So that was the problem. It felt like the soul was missing from it.
That's my problem. That's my problem. That's why I'll stick to because I watched that cartoon so many times and I loved it so many times. So it's one of those things that I don't want to watch a different thing. So I think that's why I was okay to not watch the live action. I wasn't hyped about it. I wasn't to be honest, I don't think
I watched it at the cinema. Like I'm not gonna lie. And I don't regret it. Like I said, I don't regret it. But the problem was the soul of the movie. But oh well.
For me personally, I don't think I go gaga over some of these, especially when it comes to some of these remakes, direct remakes. If it's a remake that is like a new story, you know how they do a remake, but they kind of spice it up, they change it a little bit, they do some stuff. Or if it's a remake that I've not watched, or a remake that is so old. So they are bringing it to. So maybe we are doing Transformer. I mean, not Transformer. Sorry, please go away. We're doing Terminator 1, the first one, and they are now doing it again in a remake.
Like
Now,
again, okay,
a
because I
proper
don't want them to do more Terminator movies.
no,
Carry
not
on.
more Terminator 2, just another direct remake, just make it more modern. The only
Okay,
problem I would have
modern.
is that obviously I can't get Arnold again, and nobody can be Arnold. So I think I might
I'll
that's
be back.
on that thing again. I might not watch it in that sense, and maybe the new stuff will meet. So, but I mean, like one of
Yeah.
those proper old ones. There's this movie that Corey Farrell is in. I can't remember the name. It was a remake as well.
Colin Farrell.
Yes.
Okay.
Can't remember
Remake.
the name. It was a remake of an older movie. Jeez, it's just in my head, but it's just somewhere. But anyways, it's one of those ones that there was a really old one in the 90s, whatever, and now they are remaking it. Or if you wanted to make the good, the bad, and the ugly, though it's a classic that should not be touched. It's one of those things that I'm saying it in case somebody somewhere thought about it. I'm sending to this into the universe. Do not touch it. Again,
Wow.
it is one of those things that I would probably still go and watch it to just see what they could possibly do with the remake, being that the first one was too old, what they couldn't really show us much. So with what they have now, what would they do? How would we see it? Would they enhance it well enough, or would they spoil it like they always do? So yeah,
So mean.
but and then finally, for some, I wanted to go, then go into the good ones. But I don't know if we should term it live action per se, but we kind of agreed to.
Okay.
Tekken, Final Fantasy, those ones. What do we?
Oh,
What do you think
no.
about them?
You're saying Tekken was good, really? I don't. You know what? I didn't watch that. I think
One
maybe
of the
saw the
Tekken
trailer,
movies
and I was
was
like,
good.
no, thank you,
One
no need.
of them, the one that I don't mean this whole story. The story was not that the whole story was great, but I cannot forget the fight scene
Really
between Kazuya, Jinkazama, and Hitachi. I
interesting.
cannot. The three of them fought each other. I can't get that fight scene out. I can literally go on YouTube and just watch that fight scene
You know
over
what?
and over and over
If
again.
you find that, send it to me because now I'm curious as to which
That's
one was decent enough for you to say it.
that fight scene. Those the three of them, the generations. Like obviously, I think
Yes.
people know who they are.
Yeah.
Those three
Hitachi, of
people.
course.
Yeah, so those three people, fathers fighting son, the thing was just a wonderful watch. And I think that's my only takeaway from the whole movie. So
No wonder. So clearly everything else was trash, but that fight
everything was weird. But that fight just saved the whole movie. Even what came after the fight was weird. But that fight was literally the whole movie. As in, you watch the whole movie just to get to that fight and say, whoa. And then after that, there you go back.
Wow. Well, what did you? Okay, sorry. I'm so sorry. Before you entered the Final Fantasy part, I just remembered one more bad game turn movie, Dead or Alive. I don't know if you've seen the Dead or Alive movie.
I don't even want to touch it. I've not seen it. I'm not seeing it. I'm not going close to it. It's just like if someone should make a Ninja Gaiden movie.
No,
I don't know how I feel. It will be bad. They will not do it well.
They won't do it well. I mean, they could manage.
And Ninja Gaiden is one of those ones you could do well. You could do
well.
It well.
You know what? You know there was that movie called Ninja Assassin. It's not based on a game, but it's like if you had somebody like him playing the Ninja Gaiden and they write a decent story, it could work.
You know what? I think one of these remakes that they take from a lot of things, like they take a big chunk from, like they take, like let's say like one piece that they're trying to do live action. I feel just give us an arc. Don't give us
don't the whole thing.
Don't try to give us the full thing because you mess it up. You will definitely mess up the story. You can't write a good story by just cut and join. You can't do it. It's not possible. The stories are too big.
Dangerous. You just reminded me. What if they try to bring someone like Buggy to life? How?
No.
You're going to give you a clown that can then separate his body.
You can't. You really can't. You can't. I don't even know what. But you know what? I think it's going to be. I think it's a tough one for people that are doing One Piece. It's really tough.
Very tough.
I feel for them. I feel for them because I just thought if I want to go for an arc, I said, okay, let me see. Let me go for CP9 arc. Too difficult. It's too
Oh no,
difficult
that
because there
is
are too
difficult.
many those animals,
Those
those
animals,
that
they
fight
turn
scene
from
too
as
difficult.
in too
I said, okay, let me go
difficult.
to. I said, let me go for his initial, his beginning, the
The
start, and
one
just
with
end it there.
the guy with the claws, right? Maybe that.
It's
Maybe
too,
that's
it's
simple
too, it's
enough.
too, it's too tiny. You can't
Simple.
really tell.
Too
It's too
tight.
small. You can't give too
Yes.
much. So what the story just end with him meeting Zoro. So that's the end. No crew. Do you understand?
No
So what are
crew.
you, that's not going to give you any
Oh,
money.
I even meant that guy that was that he meets at Usopp's village, the one that was trying to
Still,
steal from.
still too okay. Even if we go all
He's
the
the
way that way,
simplest.
it's still too small. How we don't have a crew yet because a lot of people want to
Yes,
see. I don't think Sanji was
crew.
there yet,
No,
so I
Sanji
don't.
wasn't
So
there yet.
they don't have
It
a crew
was
yet. So
Nami and
even
Zoro and Usopp.
exactly. So I think it's not. And Nami has not. Okay, let's go. We want to go to Nami's arc. Too difficult.
Ah,
Fishmen character,
crocodile.
fishmen everything. Crocodile too hard.
Yes,
The whole
too hard
sand
too.
thing. So we keep going. Okay, let's go all the way to Chopper. Too hard.
Oh
Who
no.
else? Who do we want to go? Maybe the best we can even hope for is Sanji side, because Sanji
As
side
in later, later,
might go.
later, like from the manga.
No, the initial Sanji, the
Oh, the
initial
floating restaurant
the
story.
floating restaurant
Okay, okay,
story.
okay, okay. I thought they
Now
used him
that
for
floating restaurant story maybe can be
maybe.
possible. If I think about it, it is okay-ish to play with because there is not a lot there.
Hmm,
Do you understand? There's
maybe
not a lot there because there's a lot of human beings, normal
of human being,
characters.
normal characters. Yes,
It's just someone on a walk on a stump, someone
in
that
a
can become a
stump, and the
diamond.
yes.
It's on a boat, it's on water, it's not crazy difficult like that. You can play with that place. That is simple enough. And he
Hmm.
has some of the characters are already there and he's gaining Sanji. And then that part is okay, I think. Still not. I think the thing is that the problem is that a movie tries to give us a little bit of an origin because
Yes.
people that are watching it for the first time would
First
not
time, you
know
cannot just
anything
jump
about One
straight.
Piece. But the problem
Yes.
is that you can't still. I feel like you should just not cater to them. I'm sorry for anybody that I feel like
Like just
because
leave them.
just forget about them. Go tell them go and watch the anime. Then come back and
Right,
watch the
yeah.
movie. I mean, the whole story is there for you to catch up there and come back and watch the movie. Because I'm thinking about it's too hard. It's difficult. It's difficult.
Wow.
I feel for them. I feel for them. I really
Hmm.
do.
Gosh,
Sorry.
yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's very
And
difficult, but we'll see.
yeah.
And
I'm just thinking of the whole thing is difficult. But I'll just go into the next thing. Let me not think too much because I'm not helping them. I'm going to criticize them when it comes out. So for
I
me,
think you were going to mention Final Fantasy or something.
yeah. Ooh. I watched I will just tell you now that's going to be my rider, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Final Fantasy Advent Children.
Okay.
That was a movie.
I
That
you
one.
you know what?
For
I
me,
think I
oh,
tried watching it, but I didn't get far. So I don't know. I
the
can't tell you anything.
fights
I only
in
watched the other one.
Advent Children. Oh my God, I enjoyed it. I watched
Really?
that thing like 7 times. I cannot even lie because of the fight
Okay.
scenes. I kept going back and saying, oh, I think that was really my. I've always known Final Fantasy, probably played it a couple of times, but I've never been like into the whole thing. It too, they've always been that way. There's a way
When you
Final
say theme, do
Fantasy
you
is
mean the game?
the game and
Oh,
everything.
okay,
I just
okay,
feel they've
okay.
always been a certain way that I could never, even now,
That was
I
not really
downloaded the
your
game.
taste.
It's not my taste. Final Fantasy is not my
I agree.
taste.
I agree. I don't play the games either.
It's just a
At
weird
all.
way. It just has a weird way that it's supposed to be this awesome game, but I don't know what is wrong. I can't get into
It
it.
is
I
awesome
can't.
to those who love it though. Like they don't play. Like they don't play with it at all. But me, I tried the demo for one of the remakes, and I was like, eh. What's so amazing here? I'm like, it's
Yeah,
just not.
but
Yeah.
not my
What?
thing. Not my thing.
Mm.
Not my thing. Yeah.
But
But
because of you now, I will check this Advent
watch
Children.
Advent Children. It was
But
good.
did you watch the other one, Spirits Within?
I feel I did because when I was looking for the name, because I forgot that the name was Advent Children, so I was looking for the name
Mm-hmm.
Advent Children, and I was like, and I said Final Fantasy movies, and I saw Spirits Within, and I looked, and I wasn't sure whether I watched it. So it's something that I'll
Oh,
put in my
no.
book. I feel I have. I'm not so sure, but if I can't remember it vividly, like other people would, maybe I haven't. So I have
Yes.
to go and sit down, and it's something I will watch.
Okay, fair enough.
What did
Fair
you feel
enough.
about
I'll do the
Spirits
same.
Within?
I
I've
li-
not seen.
I mean, I liked it. I had no. I have. That's why I mentioned it. I liked it, like the story and stuff. I didn't think it was bad. And considering I told you I'm not necessarily a Final Fantasy kind of person, so when I saw it and it looked decent, I was like, yeah, I enjoyed watching it. Not like it's fight heavy, but like the whole story and stuff was okay. Not bad. So, but I'll check this. I'll check out this your Advent
Take
one.
Advent Children. I think it should still go nicely. Obviously, it's not a new movie; it's quite old. So, but
Mm.
I think it will still play nicely in this time because it was is animated, is a CGI, whatever it is, and so I think it will still go well. Watching it now, you're not going to feel like okay, so different. There were some
Mm.
loops in the story, but I think that's for people that don't really know about Final Fantasy that much. So even me, I didn't some things I was like, okay, but just the fights alone was enough
Yeah.
for me. You know what?
Okay.
I just thought
What?
about this. Does this thing have a movie?
What?
That game? Because it's Final Fantasy that led me here. Devil May Cry. Does it have a movie?
Actually, I think it does. I think maybe not a movie per se or some kind of small series. I think there is something for Devil May Cry, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's even animated. I feel like there is, but I could be wrong. I feel like there is, but
Also, even going into another one, there is that whole thing. Assassin's Creed, the movie was
okay.
horrible as well.
I'm not going to lie. I've not seen the movie. I've not seen it.
Okay, let me not say
Fast
horrible like I've
Bender's
been
one.
saying the
I've not.
rest. No, it's my yeah. Let me not say horrible like I've been saying horrible for every other thing. It was okay. It was an okay watch. It wasn't horrible the way I've been using it.
Mm-hmm. You've been
But
really
yeah,
butchering some
I've
stuff.
been butchering some things. But
There's
yeah,
definitely a Devil May Cry movie. I haven't seen it, but there's definitely something on it. Definitely. I just Googled it. There's something for it, but I mean, I haven't seen it.
I feel Devil May Cry
Um,
is another one that if they didn't butcher it already, it's something that can be done
that they
well.
can do. Since it has a
Yes.
lot, it's like slashing stuff, then it's
You
something you
know,
can do. It's
it's what
something
you
you
can
can
play
do.
with. The guy is not overly stretchy, all those things. Sometimes
No,
we
it's
should
just that devil trigger version, which you can do. You can do with like CGI and stuff. So definitely. And and actually also I don't know if you knew there's a Metal Gear movie as well. Now I think I saw bits of it from ages ago. But I know my sister is like maybe the only human being that ever watched this movie, this Metal Gear movie, and from start to end. No, now not because she was so in love with it, but I don't really know what made her
she
watch
enjoy
it.
it.
And I said it because she said this. She reminded me of it the other day, and I was like, "Gosh, you're probably like the only person who sat
She
and watched that
enjoy
whole
it.
thing."
That's a good
Maybe
thing.
she did. I think she did. I will have to confirm. I think she enjoyed it enough anyway. Because if you remember the Metal Gear game, the initial one, talking about like first Metal Gear
Yeah,
was like
Metal
an
Gear has been one of
amazing
those.
game. No,
Metal
no,
Gear has
that
been one
one.
of
That's
those.
why I said that one.
That's why I say it's been one of those things that so it was supposed to be one of those top tier games.
Yes,
Who makes
and I think
Metal
it has
Gear?
dropped over Coach Koshima. Oh, Kojima or something. Don't let me butcher everything. Let me Google it.
Who makes
But
Final
yeah,
Fantasy?
that I don't know. That I don't know. But I mean, that I think the Final Fantasy, no, the Devil. Gosh, I'm just saying all sorts of things. The
Just
Metal
butcher
Gear,
it.
I was trying to
Mhm.
say. I think they've kind of maybe not, they've kind of gotten worse, maybe, or they're just not as popular as Once Upon a Time. But that
Yeah, that was,
initial game had a very, very compelling story, maybe because it was the first one ever. I remember playing and watching gameplay of that thing like it was a movie. And this is something on PS1 with horrible pixels, or well, great for that time, but horrible now when you see, because it's old
Did
school.
you
But it
ever
was really
play?
interesting.
Sorry, did you? I'm
Yeah.
just thinking, and I'm just trying to remember some of these games. Did you ever play Army of Two? Did you
I
ever play?
did. I did. My
That
brother
was a
and I
sick.
played the crap
That
out
was
of
a
that game.
sick game. Me and my older brother
Yes.
played the game. We
Me too.
played that
Me
game.
too. We did. We
The
did.
whole
Because
two
it's
Army
like
of Two
two
game.
person.
Yes,
Yes.
you now split up. You come together. You now do the whole moves
Yes.
together. Army
We
of Two
had
was
a
so.
ton of fun playing it.
Oh, Army of Two was fun. Now that's something that they can make into a movie. I would not mind because it's not difficult.
Extension
It's not
style.
difficult. It's just give us something simple. It's an action movie. It shouldn't be crazy. But Army of Two was a good game. I just thought
It
about it.
was
I was just going through
interesting
some of
that you
the
just
games
thought of
there.
it.
Now, I was just trying to go through games that would make good movies that are not difficult. So I was just trying to go through places, and I think I came to.
Right.
To be honest, all these Call of Duties, all of them, they can make a game out. They already have, to be honest. But Battlefield, they didn't have no, they didn't.
No.
What's the name of that movie that came out? 19 something.
Movie.
1885. One movie like this that was supposed to have won an Oscar did. That felt like a Battlefield. This just came out recently. 1879 or 1978 or something like that.
Okay.
You don't know
that.
the movie?
Nope. The only thing you're making me think of is a PlayStation game. 1884, and I know that's not what you're talking about.
No, 1985 or something. I can't. It can't be 1985. That's not World War. It's one of those world wars that happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Let me just say, because you were asking before, Metal Gear is by Konami, published by Konami. The director whose name I was trying to remember is Hideo Kojima. I hope I said it right. That's why I was thinking Kojima or something. That's the name I was trying to remember.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just thinking, but if I keep thinking, I'm just gonna keep everyone here. Yeah. Any final thoughts before we go into the riders, even though I've already mentioned?
Well, you've said yours, yeah. Final thoughts, get on WandaVision if you haven't. After this, I am going to go and check if WandaVision.
Do you know that
I'll go and look for it.
I've actually checked almost every other day. Just clicked on it, refreshed wherever I'm watching it from that I'm paying for.
Yeah, an idiot.
And I clicked on it and I refreshed it. Disney, yes, that's what I'm paying for.
Yes,
so
Disney. Exactly. That's where.
Yeah, you get it. So I always check. I said Disney has not notified me yet. Why? Disney?
Yes.
So yeah, guys, you can refresh Disney. Just saying, if you don't have it, if you have it on your computer and not on something else. So it's nothing. I mean. Oh yes, Disney just told me it's out. Episode 7. So just
it's out.
Yeah. Thanks, Disney. So don't forget to go and watch it on your Disney Plus. Don't forget.
Yeah, we're off to Disney Plus right now. Are you kidding? Yep. Yeah, of course. Yep. I'm ready. Anyway, so you can reiterate what your rider is.
My rider is Final Fantasy 7. They are weird with their movies, but anyways, it's fine because I wonder why it's 7 when they didn't give us.
When they didn't do 1 before.
But Final Fantasy 7, Advent Children, check it out. It's a good movie too. It's good to pass the time. You enjoy it. I mean, try not to be too into the story. Just enjoy the fights and just
I'm having flashbacks to you telling me this yesterday, but I won't say what. Don't worry. But anyway, my own rider is one that I also deliberately didn't mention it in the main content so I could use it for this. I went the opposite way of Uforo because I wanted to just bring it out. It's one of the ones they did well, in my opinion. Like, it was decent. Let me put it that way. But my rider is Alita. Battle Angel to go with the
I
theme of
watched
this
that.
episode.
I watched that. I
You didn't
did
like it?
watch that. I watched it. It was okay. It wasn't that
Yeah, I
bad.
didn't say the best movie ever, but I think in converting it from the manga to this, I don't think it was.
I don't
I think they did
remember
well.
watching the. I don't remember the manga. Or
I didn't.
whatever.
I never. I didn't actually read the manga. I've seen random pages of it, but I didn't read it. I know people who have. But in making her look the way she does, like she doesn't look like some random person that you're thinking who. I think it
Yeah.
was the way she looks is great, and the way they've done the whole world is not out of what you would like
Funny enough,
expect.
before you even finish off, or we finish
Yeah.
off, do you know that Alice in Borderland is a manga or a anime
Yes, I
adaptation?
checked. I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I checked that. I think after I watched it, and I saw, or someone told me, not
They do
you,
get
but
some
someone
things
told
right.
me.
Yeah,
They
they do.
do,
They
because Alice in Borderland was awesome. Awesome. We
awesome.
didn't even mention that because we've said it before, and we've recommended it before, but that was awesome. Completely
Yeah,
awesome. So
got it right. Hit all the
got it
notes.
right. You see, they didn't
Everything.
throw any, no offense, white American person in there that they are wondering why. That's not the world you're in. You're in
That's
Japan.
not
You
it.
can have a
That's it.
foreigner there, but just know that that foreigner is foreign, not a foreigner that is supposed to be
Exactly. Let
Asian.
it be that when the Japanese guy is speaking English, they're saying today is tomorrow. That's the way that they say it. I want it. That's what I want. Don't laugh at me. I'm being honest.
Okay, okay.
No, but that's the authenticity. I like that. I like the fact
Yeah.
that, and I like that animes that I know I've said it before in the past that used to be funny. That it's something that is
When
annoying
they're trying to
sometimes,
speak
but
English.
yes, but it's still fun to see, and I'm not in an
Mm.
abusive way, just in a way that
But
I like that there is just the way it is. It's just part of making the whole thing authentic.
I get you. I get you. I get what you mean. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess we've come to another end. I think our episodes have been long recently, Jola.
You
We've
know,
been
we are getting into these things,
we're getting
mind,
into it.
body,
We're
and
talking.
soul.
And funny enough, it's the headlines where we talk a lot, just for people that like. So the
I know
headlines mean that the
that does
headlines mean that main
happen.
content.
I know, because we talked for ages on some of those headlines. We now say, okay, main content. I think you what? Well, like how long is main
You
content
know
now?
what? Right now, the headlines and the main content are one and the same. Just guys, that's what it is. That's how
That's
the
what it is.
podcast
We
is
are just
working.
giving them names.
That's
Main
it.
content can still be smaller than headlines. It's
Exactly.
okay.
So it's
It's
not a
okay.
just is what it is. Anyways,
Yes.
if you've not watched the Jola said, check out Wonder Vision. Really good. I didn't think I would like it this much, but I do.
Me too. Me too. Me
Awesome.
too.
I
Yeah.
think we gave it a
Awesome.
shout out in the previous one. I don't even know if we
We
talked
did.
that much, but we gave it a shout out. Really good.
Yes.
Check out Mortal Kombat trailer. We've put it on our Instagram page.
Mm-hmm.
We've put some things there because we were really psyched about it. We're excited
Yep.
to
Yep.
see
Yep.
it. I think they're
Plus
doing a
that theme
good job
song.
as well.
Sorry, we didn't mention how awesome the theme song has
Theme
always
song
been. Mortal
always. I
Kombat.
love the theme song. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I don't want to get into it. I can start drumming right now.
Well, you were sounding a bit off,
No,
so
I didn't
it's
want.
better.
I was picking different moments of it. I didn't want
Okay.
to just
Okay.
start. Do you know I used to sing that thing as a child? Stand and be singing that theme song, and I'll be standing
Okay.
and say Mortal Kombat.
Kombat.
Exactly. I know it. And then
I'm
obviously
just saying.
them shouting
Yeah,
fatalities and all
I
the
know.
phrases that we love.
Mm-hmm.
Jola wanted the come get over here to be a bit deeper, just casting
I
her, but that's
did.
what it is.
Yes, I did because I wanted more from the get over here. But the way he
And
said it was a bit
I
subtle,
said he's
like
still a
get
human
over
being, so
here.
let him give it in
It
the
was
human
like
being
get over
voice.
here. Because
When is
I
when
mean, Sub-Zero will be asking him, "Do you really?" Or whoever he was fighting will be asking, "Are you really
I
asking me
am
to get over here?
Sub
Are we?"
Zero. That was just sick. When he said I am Sub Zero, I'm just saying, as you mentioned, they're just like, oh,
Yeah.
now, no, this guy, like I said, Scorpion is still human, so that's why Get Over Here is a bit humanish.
Don't worry.
Because
Maybe
if it
he'll say
was
it more than
Bones,
once,
if it was a
and the
Bones,
next
he would
one,
just.
it will be what? It will be more threatening.
It's a more
Abby.
threatening and deeper.
Okay.
Bones
Okay.
don't have vocal cords, so it just.
Regardless. Okay. Let's wait. Let's wait for that.
And I think that's about it, isn't it?
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah. It's been a
Thank
good
you
one too,
guys.
as
Yeah,
usual.
good one.
Yeah. Thank you
Keep
guys for
listening,
listening.
keep enjoying. If you have anything
Mhm.
to tell us, send us a message on Instagram or
Yep.
email if you know our email,
Email.
probably on our bio or something. So just reach out to us. And if some of you
Or
have a topic,
something.
it's somewhere, Sha. It's somewhere. That's all I can say. It's somewhere. I know we don't have it hiding that you can't find it.
I
It's
don't know why
somewhere.
that's funny, but okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And,
Yes,
and if
it's
anybody
somewhere.
has, if some people have any suggestions or topics that we should discuss, can send it in. We would scrutinize, talk about it, and we'll come and discuss it. We even give you a shout out as well. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like us, follow us, subscribe. All
yeah,
the
we're on
usual.
YouTube as well. See you guys in the next episode. Thank
See you
you.
guys. Bye.
Bye.